So this is a repetition of what Marten already said a while ago. I've been in the field for quite a while, and just to illustrate how things have changed, one of my first jobs in around 1970, I think, was to develop software to do hyphenation of Dutch words for newspapers. So at that time, newspapers were printed on paper, and there were big machines, maybe 100 meters long, and on one hand you had a big roll of paper, and at the other hand folded newspaper would come out. And there was a lot in between. And newspaper columns are narrow, so sometimes you have to hyphenate words, and Dutch is a funny language. It's a little bit like German. If you have two words, say table and leg, you can generate a third word, table leg. And if the table leg has a color, you can generate another word which is even longer, table leg color, and so on and so on. So you can simply glue words together to form bigger words. So there's a lot of emphasis on hyphenation in order to break it up again, to split it over two newspaper columns. And they had one requirement for that piece of software, for that huge multi-million-dollar machine. That is, it had to fit in 7K of memory. So to make an analogy, I just looked at the size of this presentation, and it is 7,000K of memory. So it's 1,000 times as big. And I didn't think one split second of how big the presentation was and whether it fitted on my machine or whatever. So things have changed over the years. I've been interested in social aspects of software engineering for quite a while. Some 10 years ago, I was invited to give a talk at the ICSOFT conference on software engineering education, and at that time, I already chose the focus to emphasize the social aspects of software engineering in that talk. And you see, if you look at the field of software engineering, it is engineering words are all over the place. We talk about processes, we talk about requirements engineering, we talk about maintenance, we talk about evolution, all engineering words. And these words have more than a surface influence. They influence the way we think about what we do. For instance, in requirements engineering, many people, at least in the early days of software engineering, and in my opinion still, many people have kind of a Taylorian functional view of requirements engineering.